Hello guys, well today we're going to analyze the figure 2.10, from the book College Physics. You can find it on page 38 or 50. And it says during a 30-minute round trip to the store, the total distance traveled is 6 kilometers. That person went from the house to the store and then came back. The average speed is 12 kilometers per hour. The displacement for the round trip is 0, since there was no net change in position. Thus, the average velocity is 0. So we will prove if those statements are wrong or false. Started with the speed. But first of all, I like to do something with you, and that is change these units, convert them from kilometers to meters, and the 30 minutes from minutes to seconds. So let's do it. First, let's convert. And for that, we will do this way. We have 3 kilometers, right? And we are going to multiply those 3 kilometers by a fraction. The question is, what is going to be in that fraction? Well, remember our objective is get meters and somehow get rid from those kilometers. In order to get rid from those kilometers, next kilometers should be placed in the denominator in order to cancel or simplify both kilometers, and what it will remain is the meters, or are the meters. So here we must remember that in 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters. And now we can cancel or simplify the kilometers, and we can multiply 3 by 1000 is 3000, and divided by 1 it's 3000. So the answer is 3000 meters. Let's do the same with the 30 minutes. We are going to multiply those 30 minutes by another fraction. And let's see what are we going to place in that fraction. In this case, we must get rid from the minutes and get seconds. So in order to get rid of the minutes, we must place the next minutes in the denominator, so we can cancel both. And I'm gonna place the seconds here, which is the unit that I need. And here I must remember that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. And here I multiply 30 by 60, which is equal to 1800 or 1800. I cancel or simplify the minutes, seconds. So there I have it. I have converted all the units that they gave us in the exercise into meters and seconds. And now I want to start calculating the distance. Not the distance, the average speed, or simply the speed. And there is a formula to calculate the speed, and I have it right here. Speed equals distance traveled divided by time. And well, let's see how much is the distance traveled. And here we must be very careful, because between the house and the store there are 3000 meters. But remember, this person went to the store and then came back to the house. This person traveled 3000 meters to the store and then 3000 meters to the house. That's a total of 6000 meters. That's the distance traveled. Remember, the distance is all what you have traveled. And what about the time? Well, here it says that the round trip to the store that is the coming and the back, it was 30 minutes, which is equal to 1,800 seconds. So I'm going to divide 6,000 meters by 1,800 seconds. So the speed is going to be equal to 3.33 meters per second. That is the speed. Now what about the velocity? Well, pay attention here because this one is going to be a little bit weird, if you will. For velocity, remember that we need final position and initial position. And we have to identify both of them here. Remember that this person started here at home, so that means that this is the initial position. And remember, if they don't say nothing about the initial position, we can assume that it's equal to 0. Now, what about the final position? Well, remember, this person went to the store and came back. So that means the final position equals or is equal to the initial position. And we already know that the initial position is equal to 0. So final and initial position are equal to 0. I replace that data here. Velocity equals 0 meters minus 0 meters. Remember, I'm going to start this way. Since this person went and came back to the same point, the final position and initial position are the same. And we can assume the initial position is 0 meters. That means that the final position is also 0 meters. So there we have it, 0 minus 0 divided by 1,800 seconds. That's the time it took to this person to get to their house once again. 0 minus 0, it's 0 meters divided by 1,800 seconds, which is going to be equal to 0. And here is why I said it's going to be a little bit weird, this result, because after all, this person moved from one place to another and came back. So how is it possible that the velocity is 0? Well, remember that velocity depends on the displacement, and displacement is only wants to know how far you are from the starting point. That's it. So, but the speed that depends on the distance, it's another thing. The distance is all what you have traveled. So it's gonna be very different in this case, the velocity and the speed. That's all for this video. I hope you could get it. Don't forget to write it down on your folder, and if you have any doubt, text me, send me a message, and I'll happily answer you. So that's all for this video, and goodbye.